and starting some kind of physical exercise. But I told him, why don't you go back and attempt to cycle? You know, a bicycle is a very nice exercise. It will fill your body with endorphins and you'll get your mind away from what you have in life. So, of course, his first reaction was, I can't do that. I don't have the money to purchase a bike. There's no time. I have the kids. So then I had to take his hand one step at a time at the start of the first phase of this advanced mentoring. So between March and July of last year, all we did is to try to celebrate small wins, whether it was going back to the first Toastmasters Club, whether going back on the first bike ride. And by October of last year, he was ready to go back into what he used to love when he was a Toastmaster before his eventual disconnect with Toastmasters. He signed up for the club level speech competition. And at that point was my window towards penetrating more of his deeper level of frustration and anger with life. And between October and May of this year, that was a long 8 months of focused mentoring on speech evaluation, because both of us, we love public speaking. But in between our meetings and chats, we're also had an additional element of life lessons and life coaching. And I've also learned in my feedback that if you want to become an effective life coach, you need to talk less than you listen. To be honest, for me, it was difficult because I like talking more than listening, but I had to adapt and make it easier for him to share feelings. And if you know something about men, it's very hard for us to share feelings. We don't really like to talk about our feelings. We get things bottled inside. So it took us a long period of back and forth until I knew that whatever happened to him in the past 10 years was the accumulation of keeping things bottled inside. Now, November, almost more than 18 months from the start of this advanced journey, my friend now, Mr. H, he has a much better job. When he started his journey in March of 2020, he finished his divorce. Thankfully, it wasn't a very painful one. They agreed upon custody and things like that. And he's about to migrate outside of his country. Now, that's another level of our advanced mentoring. So, when you start mentoring somebody, the process never stops. But I'm glad that at this stage, my tools from Toastmasters helped me, empowered me to help another human beings. So, fellow Toastmasters, my message to all of you, whenever you get a cry for help, no matter how hard this cry for help seems, no matter how tired you are, or no matter how long you lost touch with a person who called you for a favor, remember that you have a responsibility on your shoulders. Once you made this pledge to become an effective leader and speaker, this is not a privilege, it's an obligation. If you get this gift of being fluent, of having the panache of words, you shouldn't have this ability bottled inside of you. Toastmasters gives you the wings to break those walls and help people outside the boundaries of your own small circle of friends and family. Fellow Toastmasters, I wish you all the best, and maybe you also find your Mr. H so that you can help him or her change their life. Back to you, Toastmasters.
Thank you so much, Ahmad. That's really, like Sabria, that was worthwhile. Two speakers, two speeches that have given two, I would say, two spectrums of information to us. And of course, mentoring is close to my heart. And right now, I'm currently trying to develop a mentoring system in District 102. So thank you so much for sharing. of course, always try to listen to the voice. Now, we have finished with the speaking slot session. Now let's invite our special person here, who is the next in order, the table topics master, Anvita, who is gonna lead us, I'm sure, very exciting journey. Over to you.
Our Toastmaster of the day, Fatima, gave me a responsibility at the beginning of the meeting, which was to explain more about the Festival of Lights or Deepavali, or you can also call it as Diwali. So I'm going to take the responsibility given to me and explain it. Once upon a time in India, there was a king named as Ram, whom we also consider as God. The name of Ram's brother is Lakshman, and the name of Ram's wife is Sita. The neighboring kingdom, which is Sri Lanka's demon king Ravana, falls in love with Sita, unfortunately. One day, Ravana disguises himself as a golden deer and just runs past Sita. Sita immediately falls in love with this golden deer. When Rama and Lakshmana come back, she demands that they should bring that golden deer to her. She is very adamant. So Rama and Lakshmana go to the forest in order to catch this golden deer. Ravana takes this opportunity. He goes to Sita's home, kidnaps her, and takes to Sri Lanka. There, he imprisons her in his palace. So Rama, Lakshmana, as well as his discipline known as Hanuman, go to Sri Lanka. They fight with the Sri Lankan army. They kill the demon king Ravana and bring Sita to India. In order to celebrate this, people of India light each and every street with lamps. They also burst crackers. Because of this, every year we celebrate this festival of lights. It usually falls in the month of October or November. It is a 3-day festival. Now, today's topics revolve around the festival of lights and festivals in general. Let me read out the first topic. Tell us a story of a cracker bursting gone wrong. Tell us a story of a cracker bursting gone wrong. This topic goes to DTM Kaushal.
Madam Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. When I was 10 years old, I was in India visiting relatives. Diwali happened while I was there. As part of the celebration all around the city of Delhi, I saw as people launched fireworks from the rooftops of their own houses. So all around me, there was a fireworks show going on. It was a celebration that looked like a war zone that I was in the middle of. So I was having a lot of fun. There were sparklers given to the kids. It was a fireworks celebration, that type that you can't celebrate in the US because fireworks are more controlled in the US. Unfortunately, one of my cousins, who was about my age, his hand got badly burned by a firework because I guess he did not know how to handle it properly, and maybe his parents were not watching him. They might have gotten distracted. So he got very badly burned on his hand, and I suppose he had to be taken to the hospital. I think that happens quite a bit during these celebrations. So, and especially these days when Diwali is having extremely bad air pollution problems, we should not have these fireworks celebrations anymore, which may make some people sad, but why have a celebration if it's going to endanger people's lives? Madam Topic Master.
Please give a big round of applause to Kaushal. I think now Kaushal is scared to visit India during Diwali because of the bad experience he had. I too had a bad experience while bursting crackers. Actually, not when I was bursting crackers. Around 3 years ago, just to light a lamp, I had opened my balcony door and immediately a rocket came and hit the wall of my room. I think I just missed it by 1 centimeter. So it was very scary. We'll move on to the next topic. What does an ideal Diwali celebration mean to you? What does an ideal Diwali celebration mean to you? This topic obviously goes to Toastmaster Satya.
Thank you, Table Topic Master. Good day to the Toastmaster. Ideal Diwali for me is to, of course, now I'm old. When I was young, I used to feel like eating a lot of sweets. I was in Delhi in the younger days, working for government. So we used to eat a lot of sweets. People used to come and gift it to us. We used to refuse it, but still a lot of sweets used to come. And I used to gobble it up, the gulab jamuns and all that. And we have in our religious kind of sentiments in our community, whenever we visit a place called Varanasi in India, we have to give up some things, some of the things that we like. So I went to Varanasi once, and what I liked was gulab jamun. I don't know whether how many of you know about it. It's a very small sweet. Sabriya is nodding her head. She has, I think, tasted it. Excellent. So I had to give up that. So till this day, I regret though that for God's will it was. Perhaps I gave up that, but I'm happy I gave it up. Now I'm diabetic and I can't any longer have it. The point I'm trying to make is, dear Toastmasters, try and minimize. I remember again, I refer to Garcia's Ikigai book. He mentioned how Japanese eat. Japanese have very small portions of food. It appears in one of the, I think it's called Okinawa or some place, a village where people go on to live nearly 80 to 90, 100 years. How do they do it? They eat very small portions. Nearly 15 different types of food is laid before them on every day. They eat small portions of food and they remain quite active. That's what we need to follow these days. It's so much of rampant adulteration food. Essentially in India, we keep listening into that even the fruits, the vegetables, there's so much of fertilizers are being used in cultivating those. So one should be careful when we eat what we eat. Essentially, sugar. Sugar is said to be the next 20, 30 years like tobacco, like cigarette. They are going to write on sugar packets, stop consuming it. Back to Table Topic Master.
Please give a big round of applause to Toastmaster Satya. He spoke about gulab jamun. I just prepared it 3 days ago. I think Sabaria loves that. Maybe I'll send her a parcel all the way from India to Malaysia. John loves it too. Okay, so now I'll send it to Fatima and John too. The next topic is, which is your favorite festival and why? Which is your favorite festival and why? I can see a guest here, Sanjeev Sharma. Do you want to try this topic? Are you there? Okay, I think the guest is not here.
Yeah. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Would you like to try this topic?
Yeah. Just give me 1 minute. I'll be just in a comfortable position because I just now joined. So I just make myself comfortable. Yeah. So now we can start. Yes.
Yeah, your topic is, which is your favorite festival and why?
So I would say my favorite festival is Diwali. Okay, and it's a very it's a festival full of light, rejoice, and a lot of it brings a lot of prosperity, and especially the food what we prepare in Diwali is very nice. And the most important thing I like about Diwali is it brings the people together. It unites the people together. So nowadays, so I find some differences what we were celebrating earlier and now, because in my childhood days, I remember when I was living when I was living in a colonies areas, in a colonies areas where people were living together, and they were exchanging a lot of sweets, food stuff with each other, and it was a very nice feeling at the time. But the moment but nowadays I don't feel that much interaction among the people, that much among the neighbor to exchange such foods, and just mingle in that extent, because people are different. People are different, different than what they were earlier. Yeah. So in nutshell, I can say it's my favorite first festival, and especially it brings a lot of joys and happiness in people's life. Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster.
Please give a big round of applause to our guest, Sanjeev Sharma.
Mhm.
Diwali is my favorite festival too. And as you said, nowadays people don't interact that much. When I was young, we used to go to each other's homes distributing sweets. Now that is missing. Maybe we can get
Yes,
it back again soon.
I also
The
feel.
next topic is,
Thank you.
I think every festival makes me a couple of kilos richer. What about you? I think every festival makes me a couple of kilos richer. What about you? Any volunteers for this one? I think Teresa wants to volunteer. Yeah, Teresa.
Madam Table Topics, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. I have to agree, those pounds just seem to add up, especially after a celebration. I love to have special dinners, especially around Thanksgiving, with your turkey. And of course, for me, it's Christmas, and Christmas means goodies like cake and candies, of course, candy canes. And also, when Easter comes around, I'm not sure how you celebrate, but it's the Easter bunny that got my children so involved in Easter, especially all that chocolate and Easter eggs. But don't forget Valentine's Day. It also has chocolates and candies and all that good stuff that we learned just this morning that we don't need to have if we want to get our metabolic rate up. So I have to agree, I am a little heavier after each celebration. Thank you, Madam Table Topics.
Please give a big round of applause to Teresa. I can just say one sentence to you, Teresa, that is same pinch. Even I'm feeling a couple of kilos heavier after last week. Candies, chocolates, cakes, your TT speech was mouth-watering. Do I have time for one more topic, Fatima? We are on mute.
I think,
Go ahead.
yeah, I think
Thanks, sir.
yeah, it's 10:40. Maybe we can do you have one more?
One more?
John says no, he's the
No?
GE.
Oh. Okay. Okay, back to you, Fatima.
Thank you so much, Table Topics Master. What a wonderful session as always run by Anvita. And I thank you so much for telling us about Deepavali or Diwali, which I think you made justice to the topic and explaining it better than anybody else or me. Now, John is sort of waving up. Thank you guys for the table topic speakers. Now let us invite the general evaluator to carry out the next part of the meeting, who is one and only handsome man, John. Over to you.
You're after something. What are you after? Good evening, everybody. Yes, just a little thing on I call it Diwali. Where I used to live in UK was a place called Birmingham, and they got a very high Hindi presence there. And there's a park there. If you're ever in Birmingham, in the UK, at Diwali, go to Small Heath Park. The last time I went there for Diwali, there's around 50,000 people in it. Yeah, that's how big the celebration is in Birmingham of Diwali. And you can get everything. Gulab jams in the handfuls. And I always like gulab jams because it reminded me of old when I used to have rum baba. And rum baba is made with proper rum. With gulab jams, it's a syrup. So I can remember them, but I can remember them both. So I'm going to get on quite quickly because my minute is up, and I'm going to invite the first evaluator, and the first evaluator is Roseanne, or Rosie as we know her. Could somebody time her, please? Because she is actually the timer as well. So I'm going to. That's it, right? Great. Okay. Kausal, thank you very much for the timing. And I will hand over straight away to Rosie, who's going to evaluate Sabaria. Over to you, Rosie.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. That was a great speech because we are talking about celebration and eating, and now you're talking about how to tone it down. What a great way to start by asking, and you prompt us earlier on about that you're going to ask us questions, and you did. And that was one of the great way to start by asking questions and get us all alerted. Okay, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, guests, and especially Sabaria, thank you for delivering that speech. And you delivered a speech from the project research and presenting, and you nail it well because you meet the purpose of the speech by citing a reliable source of your points. All the colors, the purple, and all those things you get them from reliable sources, and that's what this speech is all about: research and you presenting. Thank you for that. And I would like to see you. Everything was great. You have all the gestures with you. For example, the small and then the big, small, big lorry, small eating small like a bird. All your gestures are perfectly done over there. And the only small thing that maybe could help you further is probably put some lighting in front of you so that we can see you much better in terms of lighting in front of you. That's all. And with that, we can see you much better with all your gestures and things like that. Overall, I think you did a fantastic job with this speech, and I'm really looking forward to hearing your next one and probably celebrate better of your next speeches. Thank you. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Roseanne. Very well done on that evaluation. And I can see where you're coming from on some of those points. And very well done to Sabaria for her speech. And we go straight on to the next evaluator. And Kausal, I've got another job for you now. You can be the R counter while Teresa's actually doing her evaluation. Teresa is evaluating Mohammed. So over to you, Teresa.
Thank you very much, Mr. General Evaluator. Fellow Toastmasters, welcome guest, and especially Ahmed. Congrats on your mentoring success with your friend, former Toastmaster and now Toastmaster. That is a cause for a big celebration. Ahmed, you set the stage effectively. You gave us an understanding of Mr. H's life at the beginning of his journey. I feel I know Mr. H. You called upon our empathetic emotions so that we could understand what was going on. You absolutely reminded us as Toastmasters the pledge we took to help as effective leaders and speakers, to help whenever the call came. And the third thing that I really liked was that you gave us clues on how to address this problem. Talk less. If you're dealing with bottled up emotions, how to unravel. And then especially to give your protege small steps and to celebrate the wins, especially the small wins. Two things that I felt you could have done better was, number one, vocal variety. Your voice didn't seem to undulate or go up and down a bit. You could do that a little better, I think. And the other thing was your opening. You described to us what you were going to talk about, but I think we needed a hook, like something about a question, have you ever felt, or something to introduce us to Mr. H a little more dramatically. All in all, you had us involved. You called us to be empathetic, and you also called us to go with our pledge whenever we are called to help. Congratulations on your successful mentoring project. Back to you, Mr. GE.
Thank you very much, Teresa. Well done. A very well concise evaluation there. And apologies to Ahmed for calling him Mohammed. Things do go wrong sometimes. Okay, so right now I'm going to ask the timer for the timing report, please.
Thank you again, Mr. General Evaluator, John. All right, the first speaker, Sabaria, spoke for 7 minutes on the dot. Okay, and the second speaker, Ahmed, distinguished Toastmaster Ahmed, spoke for 7 minutes and 28 seconds, so all within the time allowable. Thank you. And for the table topic, Kaushal, distinguished Toastmaster Kaushal spoke for 1 minute and 40 seconds. Toastmaster Satya spoke for 2 minutes and 21. Sanjit, are you Toastmaster? I'm not too sure. Sanjit spoke for 1 minute and 48 seconds. And then distinguished Toastmaster Teresa spoke for 1 minute and 20 seconds. And for the evaluation, Kaushal, thank you, Kaushal, for timing. I spoke for 2 minutes and 20 seconds, and distinguished Toastmasters Teresa also 2 minutes 23 seconds. What a coincidence. Thank you. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you very much. We see that everybody was on time tonight, so it's really good that everybody is actually good time management in this club. That's very good. So I'm now going to ask for the rest of the report. And the next report is from our grammarian, please. Satya.
Yeah.
There you go.
Good day, Toastmasters, once again. Happy to be back on the word of the day. Almost every one of us, I will not give the names, every one of us, barring me and perhaps Sanjeev, everyone has used the word celebration. In fact, Fatima, Teresa has used it twice. All others have used it at least once. I'm happy about it. Some of the outstanding words which I noted, I didn't find any grammatical error. Let me be very frank. No grammatical error in any of these speeches that was made. I liked some of the outstanding words which I noted very diligently, which I wanted to tell you. Becoming a flamboyant speaker. I thought a flamboyant dress is there, but he's a flamboyant speaker, something new. I liked it very much. Then communication is an effective tool. It's very well said. Attainable, simple goals. Very, very good. In fact, I thought shorter goals or intermittent goals is what is typically looked at, but this is a attainable, simple goals. Focused mentoring, you need to talk less than you listen. That's something new, which I didn't know. Then Diwali brings people together. That was Sanjeev Sharma here, our distinguished guest. I liked it very much. And Teresa mentioned little more dramatically. Dramatically, you have to introduce your speech is what she mentioned. On the sayings, I found that this is not an obligation, it's a privilege. Very well said again. The second part is to go with our pledge whenever we are called for. Very well said again. Hyperbole, which I don't accept what Sabaria said, but still let me mention that no matter whatever the body shape, everybody is beautiful. That's something new for me. Very well done, all of you speakers. Back to you, G. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Satya, our grammarian. So now we come to the one that I dread. The R counter, who's been sitting there patiently counting all our R's and
Yes.
So over to you, Teresa.
Thank you very much, Mr. GE. I have to say, you were a lot better today. I didn't count as many on you today as sometimes, but really, we had 8 O's, and I was in competition with you, John, so that was good. And we had a few ands that were missed up in should have been in different places. Back to you, Mr. GE.
Oh, it was fast.
Oh, that was less painful than I thought it would be. Okay, thank you very much. So now I come to my report, and to be quite honest, there's a lot for me to report about because it went very smoothly all the way through. We started exactly on time. For some reason, when we got to a particular point, we were about 6 minutes behind, but then the table topics pulled us back dead on to time. And I don't think it was the amount, there was only 4 speakers, but it's not the amount of the people, it's the quality of the speaking on the actual table topic. So that was very, very good, I thought. 2 very good evaluations and 2 very good speeches. So it's very good that we are an advanced club, that these speeches are kept up to a certain level, as well as the evaluation. So very well there. Very well, Sanjeev Sharma, for taking the leap to do a table topic speech. And it was a credible time, 1:48. Not a lot of people can, when they first come up to table topics and start doing table topics, would go that long. They usually, we get people come and they only take about 50 seconds and not even a minute. So very well done, Sanjeev, for doing that. Yeah. And that's about it for me. As I said, it's a very short one. I can't see any problems whatsoever. The agenda, well put out. So that's it, unfortunately. And I like to speak, and I've got nothing to speak about. So I feel a bit depressed. So I will hand over to Fatima, my beautiful wife. Over to you, Fatima.
Thank you so much, General Vetter, for your report. I expected you to speak on and, having to nudge, as I always have to do when he goes on speaking. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This has been an amazing meeting, and I believe all of you here, you have enjoyed. And our president is not here, so I shall invite Anvita, the next in command, to ask for the guest feedback and give your closing remarks. Over to you, Anvita. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Fatima. Welcome to our club, Sanjeev. Would you like to introduce yourself? Maybe you can also mention how did you get to know about our Toastmasters Club and from which Toastmasters Club you are from. Please give him a big round of applause.
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me? Is my voice audible?
Yes.
Avinita? Okay, so to introduce myself, I recently joined here in I'm based at currently I'm based at Athlone, Ireland. Okay, and through the Shomesh is one person who has sent me this link to join. So recently I've joined here the Athlone Toastmaster Master Club as well. Okay, so my overall goal is to improve, to enhance my communication skill and interact with the people and excel in public speaking. This is what my motto of joining Toastmaster. And I find Toastmaster is a one of the very good platform to learn, communicate, mm, uh, and excel in communication with a very little cost. That is very important. Like I mention here the cost or the price, because it's a very and people here are very supportive. I find it, in fact, when I joined recently in Athlon Club, I find people are very supportive, uh, and this is one of the it's like a family. Like I understand it's like a family, and they guide each other, they support each other. So this is one of the, I can say this is one of the best way to improve, best way to learn communication. Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks, Avanita. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanjeev. As you said, Toastmasters are very supportive of one another. I hope you can join our club, since
Yes,
it's an
surely.
advanced club. We
Yeah.
need to complete level 2 to join. I'm sure that you will be interested to join our club after you complete level 2.
Yes.
Thanks again for joining. Yeah. Shall we take a pic? Yes. Where is John? Yeah.
Come on.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, and 3. Yes, got it. Can we fill the roles?
Anvita, one more with the love.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, must have love. Wow.
please.
Last time we did love.
On the count of 3. Yeah. 1, 2, and 3. Yes, got it.
Okay.
Yeah, let me send it.
Thank you.
Lecture now.
Can we fill the roles?
Yeah, next week.
Yeah, John and Fatima are the speakers.
Woo!
Toastmaster Satya is evaluating John, so we need one evaluator for Fatima. Anyone?
Right.
Oh, there.
Okay, Kaushal is Kaushal is Fatima's evaluator. We need one Toastmaster. Anyone?
TME, is it? I haven't done it, I think, for some time.
Okay, so Sabaria is the Toastmaster. TTM?
Is that number 2?
Anyone wants to be table topic master?
Favorite topic?
No one? Okay. How about R counter, grammarian, and timer?
Hmm.
R counter, grammarian, timer.
Nice.
Anyone?
Okay, our counter for me.
R counter is Rosie. Okay.
Language
Okay.
police.
Teresa, do you want to take up any role?
I believe the time is going to be a problem for me. I can come
Okay.
on at 10, but I
Okay.
have to leave by 10:30, so best not to take the role.
Okay, okay, fine. We'll fill the roles offline
Thank
then.
you. Sorry
Okay.
about that.
Yeah, it's okay. Yet I'll stop the recording.